Thank you everyone for joining us here on our virtual gathering. I'm Holly Waddington. I'm with Carpet Diem and I'm currently serving as the Homemade Board President. This is Don Adamson. He is the Homemade Utah Executive Director. Again, thanks for coming and joining with us. We generally have done a breakfast, but we know time is of the essence for everyone. So we couldn't pass up the opportunity this year to showcase all of the amazing projects that we've done as a construction community. So we want to take a moment, show you what we've been working on, show you what we have in store, and we're excited to show you all the information. So real quick, we want to recognize all of the board members. It wouldn't be possible to do what we do without their help, without them engaging their trade partners, their suppliers. Everything that we do is this collaboration with all of us coming together. So thank you to past board members, current board members. Okay, a couple of things. So for those of you who maybe haven't been at anything with Homemade specifically before, so we are the official 501c3 for the Salt Lake Home Builders Association. Our tagline is collaborate for success. Everything that we do is with that collaboration. So obviously, we know construction really well. We leverage that relationship to help with homeless care providers. So we do that through a couple different ways. First is obviously the education part of that. So we go through, educate ourselves on the needs that are in our community, find those homeless care providers and figure out what we can do to help. After that point, it comes the community engagement. So that's a big part of why we're here today too. We want you guys to understand what needs are out there, how we can help as a construction community. And then obviously the construction piece is where we specialize. We want to be able to help build these facilities for these providers at as low of a cost as possible. Anything that we can save them cost-wise, they're able to then use those funds for client services. So I'm going to turn the time over to Don. He's going to run through the projects we've done this year. This year in particular has been really exciting. We've been really busy, had really great involvement, and then he'll talk through what we have coming up too.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Really just grateful for everybody that's joined us today. We know Zoom is not the ideal platform to gather together and have the feel goods, but we just really appreciate you taking time and wanted to just make sure that we highlight, 2023 has been an amazing year for Homemade and its supporters. It's really hard to reduce to one slide the impact that has been dished out this year through our network and to the families and individuals who are in need. You can see here we've cut the ribbon on 6 projects and absolutely excited that we're probably going to get our 7th project in just ahead of Christmas. And so super excited about that. It's a project out at the Family Promise Center at 800 South and 8th West, working on some fencing and some landscaping out there, making a difference for those families so that they can feel safety and security there. But I'm not going to tell you about every single project you can see here. And shortly following this gathering, we're going to have Isabel, our marketing manager, send out a follow-up with our impact report. You can learn all about not only what we've done this year, but in our 5 years today. It's amazing for me to think back that in February, Homemade Utah will have been here for 5 years, and we'll go through some of that and what that looks like. But the big point is, you can see here from these projects, we spent this year $42,000 in donated dollars. And with that $42,000, we were able to achieve over $430,000 in construction value on projects as far as landscaping at the Road Home Family Shelter, to a full repaint of phase 2 of Life Start Village, to 3 transitional housing unit full remodels for Family Promise. The projects have been amazing. I think one that was most notable was our completion of the first tiny home on our commitment of 10 tiny homes for the Other Side Village that was built out at the Realtor campus, and a huge collaboration. Just under $17,000 in donated money, and we built almost $118,000 tiny home. And that project, we look forward to what that looks like, in this next year, and we can talk a little bit more about that. But really, with $40,000, $400,000 worth of construction value, that's a 10x on donated dollars. I don't know of a lot of nonprofits that can pull that off, and that is really because of you. So from the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank you and let you know that you're making a tremendous impact when you engage with Homemade and you bring in your trades and your suppliers. and those who can donate financially, right? I mean, unfortunately, projects do take money, and that's part of what we're doing here today, not only to engage you from a construction and a material standpoint, but also to appeal to those financial dollars that you've set aside to donate to help those around us who are less fortunate. What's amazing is this is our 5-year kind of accumulation of the impact that we've had on facilities only related to the homelessness community here in Utah. We spent just over $500,000. And with that, we've been able to produce over $1.5 million in construction value, which is just a significant impact. And the projects are as varied as you can imagine. Additionally, there are a lot of people who primarily know HomeAid for our diaper drive, right? Which is ancillary to what we do, but equally important. As many of you know, diapers are not covered by government safety net programs. They're easily one of the most expensive monthly items for families who are struggling. It costs about $100 a month to diaper a child. And if you've got more kids, it's obviously just exponentially more. The result is because they're not covered by government safety nets and they're taxed at full freight, you know, these families end up leaving kids maybe in diapers longer than they should, or if they don't have diapers, using things like t-shirts and whatnot to try and diaper their children. And one of the real challenges is struggling families. The average parent in a struggling family misses 4 days a month of work because they don't have diapers for their child's daycare, which is a requirement. And so they get kind of stuck in this cycle of, hey, we can't go to work because we don't have diapers. And if we can't go to work, we can't make money to buy diapers. And so that's why we're so grateful that all of you who have participated in the diaper drive have just come through in spectacular fashion. I mean, from our first year in 2019, raising 110,000 diapers, to this most recent year, collecting over 767,000 diapers. The diaper bank will distribute, 1.2, 1.3 million diapers this year. And because of you and HomeAid and, now facilitating the largest drive in the state, we're making a huge impact in that need. And it is allowing kids to be healthier and families who are struggling to go to work. So we're really excited about Diaper Drive, 2024. And looking forward to another tiny home competition. That was phenomenal this year. I think the excitement was amazing and the creativity was just unreal. So just wanted to tell you a little bit about projects that we have ongoing and upcoming for 2024. Obviously, the tiny homes out at the Other Side Village. They're doing site work now. I anticipate that we'll be going vertical on tiny homes, hopefully by early to midsummer. And I know many of you have volunteered and, offered to build one of those. We're going to be getting out builder packets shortly and lot assignments. I think for HomeAid, we decided that with our builders, we would like to build on-site versus off-site. There were some challenges and additional expense, both in building and transporting the one that we built at the Realtor campus. But overall, turned out to be an amazing project. And I think a real landmark movement in what we're doing to support those experiencing homelessness here in Utah. Another project that's underway is the Seeger Memorial Clinic in Ogden. It's a all volunteer medical clinic. These medical care providers are offering their expertise free of charge to anybody that walks in the door, no questions asked. And so we are remodeling or helping remodel a building that they were acquired from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It was previously a family history building. And it will have all of the necessities, right? Multiple disciplines. It'll have an on-site pharmacy. So somebody who's struggling can come in, they can be seen, they can be diagnosed, and they can receive any medications necessary. It will take pressure off of our emergency rooms, and it will be an amazing addition to that community. So still opportunities to engage on that as well. And then another project is that we've recently been in conversation with Family Promise of Ogden. They've been operating their program out of a rented fire station, a decommissioned fire station that looks like it will most likely be redeveloped. So I've been in discussions with one of their board members. He's found a piece of land that they're working on at this point. And ultimately, we would like to build them about a 5,500 square foot single story program facility, some offices in there, kitchens and common bathrooms, and maybe 4 or 5 kind of motel style or hotel style type bedrooms where people can stay when they just need to catch their breath, right? And have a chance to kind of calibrate again. Now, I guess the question is why, right? We go through all these statistics and all these numbers and all these projects, and why are we doing it? This is an image that was captured by one of Homemade's friends, Robin Pendergrast. He's a Getty Images photographer, and he was actually nominated for a Pulitzer because of this image. This fellow's name is Savage, and that's his street name. And Savage has just suffered what we call a homeless encampment abatement. And basically, you see these tent cities and whatnot that crop up around the city. And in the name of sanitation and health and safety, periodically these encampments have to be removed. But that's often done with very little notice, and the residents there just have to gather up whatever they can carry and watch the rest of their possessions be loaded into a dump truck and hauled away. And they kind of have to start over again at ground zero. Well, Savage there, I think, captures the desperation of what that circumstance looks like. Everything he owns in the world is in those 3 shopping bags. And that is a horrifying situation. And, sometimes I hear people say, well, why don't these folks just get a job? Well, I gotta be honest. If you're out there and you're trying to figure out where you're going to sleep, where you're out of danger, where you're not going to get robbed or beaten or raped, and if you're trying to figure out where you're going to go to the bathroom the next time that need arises, or how you're going to get your next meal, I mean, that is really just survival mentality. There's no thinking about how do I make the next step. It's how do I survive the next few hours, the next day, the next week. And that, I think, is a fair answer to why they don't just get a job. And so that is what we're here to do. We are here to give these folks a safe place, a shelter, and those come in all different shapes, forms, and sizes, right? They could be a tiny home, or they could be a temporary transitional unit. It could be a room at that family promise unit, just a place for people to catch their breath and contemplate what is next. So with that, Homemade this year, we've launched our 5-year anniversary Thanks for Giving campaign. And we've set an ambitious goal of raising $500,000. I mean, you can see what we've done year to date with $500,000, or I should say inception to date with $500,000. We've made a significant impact, and we would like to do that in an even bigger and better way, but it's going to take your help. So you're here, you've understood what we do, how we do it, how you're involved, how you can be involved, and we're very grateful for you being here and participating with us. And we know it's a busy time of year. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put up a QR code. And on this QR code, you can scan it with your phone, and it'll take you to, you can see this image here of what the donation portal looks like. Obviously, there's some quick select options there, but you also have the ability to go in there and put in your own donation amount and submit that, and you'll immediately be emailed a tax-deductible receipt. I know that's not the same experience as going down to Walmart and picking up, coats and deodorant and whatnot and taking it down to the folks in need. But I can tell you it is the most impactful way that you can help. We're not providing one and dones. We're providing, facilities that will serve hundreds of people over time. And so we would be grateful for your generosity today. And as we head into this new year, please email me, email Isabel, email Holly. You can go on our website at homadeutah.org, and you can, email us there and let us know how you want to be involved. If it's not financial, if you're a framer and you want to provide framing labor and help us work with your lumber supplier to get some discounted materials and donate your framing, man, we'll take it. If you're a plumber, if you're a general contractor and you want to help oversee a project for us, we call you builder captains. And, it really, that's the magic, right? Is collaborating and bringing everybody together to help alleviate human suffering. So I told you we'd only take 15 minutes. It looks like we're just under that. So I just want to give you a minute, if you haven't, to scan that QR code. I want to wish everybody an amazing holiday season and just really give you thanks once again for all that you've done. We're so grateful for everyone who's contributed to the success of Homemade thus far. And we look forward to many more years of working together to help all these folks. Anything, Holly? Anything else?
We just can't do it without you. So we appreciate the collaboration on all of it. And it's really exciting when you get to sit back at the end of the year, look at everything we've accomplished, the impact that we've had. Don always says, as a community, we can do better. And this is a great step in doing that and coming together and providing that shelter, that basic need for those so that they can start taking those next steps into life. So thank you so much.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody. Thanks so much.